This week's blog post is the 19th in my series on a visit to the Wadsworth Atheneum. This week we're looking at Rococo art at the Wadsworth. This one is a self-portrait by Giuseppe Nogari. Nogari, 1699 to 1766, a native of Venice, painted works in the Rococo style in Venice and Turin. Artists' self-portraits like this one are the ultimate selfie because, unlike photographers, artists start from scratch, including or omitting details at will. Self-portraits show us what the artists consider most important about themselves, by their posture, by their expression, by their actions, by the way they dress, and by the setting in which they choose to show themselves. Contrast this self-portrait with some of the dozens of self-portraits by Rembrandt. I've given you links. This is a very large, maybe 3 feet across, very elaborate silver centerpiece. It includes musicians representing the 4 continents, America, Asia, Europe, Africa, beneath a fantastically wrought pergola. The set includes 4 serving containers, 2 condiment dishes, a shaker, and a cruet, which you can see at the corners of the display case. During the mid-18th century, Augsburg was Europe's foremost silver and goldsmithing city, and Bernard Weyhe, 1702 to 1782, was the foremost among Augsburg's artists. His work is distinguished by a complex interplay of light and dark, smooth and complex textures. If you like restful compositions, this is probably not the guy for you. I usually focus on paintings and sculpture rather than decorative arts, so I've never paid that much attention to porcelain figurines. But after looking at German porcelain, Meissen porcelain, last week, and then that huge silver centerpiece that we just saw, and then this French porcelain, I've discovered that I do in fact have a preference in such arts. I prefer the French porcelain, at least these particular pieces. Why? Because the figures are more stylized and simplified. By that I mean there's no added color, and the outlines and the surface textures tend to be less complex. They're still more complex than a full-size sculpture would usually be, but they strike me as less fussy than the Meissen porcelain figurines that we looked at. These 3 groups, this one on the left and these 2, were based on sketches by François Boucher, one of the most notable French artists of the Rococo period. He often painted large works on commission for Madame de Pompadour, the mistress of Louis XV. But Boucher also produced designs for decorative arts such as porcelain and tapestries. And, more relevant to these pieces, Boucher designed sets and costumes for the theatre. Among his productions was the ballet pantomime The Vintages of Tempe by Boucher's friend Charles Simon Favart. It premiered in 1745, toured the provinces, and was revived in Paris by the Théâtre Italien in 1752. These porcelain figurines were based on Boucher's sketches for the 1752 production. DianeDuranteWriter.com has hundreds of posts on sculpture, painting, architecture, and my other obsessions. To join the free Sunday recommendations email list, visit the URL that's on the screen or email me. And you can say, "Well done, Diane," or support my work and receive rewards by means of the tip jar on DianeDuranteWriter.com. As always, thanks for listening.